myself. There I am. Hey, hey, hey. Are you excited? I'm excited. My name is Katrina Harris Earl, and I'm excited for you to be at our It Just Fits event tonight. I know some of you are here because you want to know a little bit more about how Mary Kay just fits, and some of you are here because you just want 500 big ones. Who cannot use extra cash? All the time, all the time. My husband, we have something going on in our family right now, and just realized I've got to go shopping tomorrow. Spend $500 on that. Some of you would spend it on saving. Some of you would spend it on that. I want to welcome everyone, and I want you to check in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from, what city you're watching from. If your name is in our drawing, comment and say, "I'm in it. I'm in it. I'm in it." I want to welcome every one of you. This is going to be a short, abbreviated program where you will just hear a little bit about Mary Kay, and we'll celebrate two winners that will walk away with $250 cash. It could even be the same person because many people have multiple entries. This business just fits in my life, and I started Mary Kay um, 31 years ago to pay my way through grad school. That's all I wanted to do, was pay my way through grad school and be able to supplement and make a little bit of extra cash. And here I am today, 31 years later, because I made it fit into my life as a single woman. I made it fit into my life when I was in grad school. I made it fit into my life when I got married. I made it fit into my life at every age and stage of my life. And here I am. I'm excited to share a little bit more with you about myself. And this is what I'm going to do. This is me live, and you're about to see me in Memorex. So I just did an interview with one of our amazing sales directors, Brianna Gossett, and I am going to share a little bit of that as I talk about what it means to be an entrepreneur and some of the skills that Mary Kay has brought to the table. And then hang tight, because we will close tonight at about 20 minutes in with our drawing, because everyone could use $500 cash, right? But more importantly, you would use that and you'd spend it. This is what has made a difference to make many $500 and to just make it fit into the nooks and crannies of your life and be able to build a life that you love. So we are going to play this. Dorothy is in the background, and here we go.
Please let me be a lantern through the dark. You can hold on to me. You can hold on to me. When the waters get rough, I will not give you up. You can hold on to me. You can hold on to me. 'Cause you're perfect, you are, don't you get it? You're all I need. Hold on to me. You can hold on to me. When the waters get rough, I will not give you up. You can hold on to me. You can hold on to me. 'Cause you're perfect, you are, don't you get it? You're all I need. You're all I need.
I love it. Ooh, everybody made it in there. My mama, my daddy, my doggy, my husband.
You know I had to get your daddy and your mama. I love your parents.
Hey, girl. Hey, how are you? I love your awesome.
So good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
You
but
know,
I
we all.
was with you, and it was 85 degrees, and now you got a sweater on. So did it cool down there like
It did. It was pouring rain, super windy yesterday, and it's cold today. Like
same.
Totally different weather in 2 days.
Yeah, I may have brought it. It was the same.
Yeah, it was you. You have the nerve to bring all that Midwest weather over here, because we were just fine before you showed up.
I'm sorry. But anyway.
Well, hey to everyone joining in. Welcome to Pink Table Talk. We do this 2 times a month, and I always get to introduce you to someone fabulous in my life, one of my girlfriends. And it is like a pinch me moment, as I just said that, to call you my girlfriend, because there was a time where this woman was a mentor. She scared me to death, you guys. I was so intimidated by all. Are you 5 feet? How tall are you?
Yeah, no, 4'11". and 3/4. The same
All
size.
4 feet and 11 inches of this woman scared this 5'10" woman every time I was in her space. If Katrina told me to do something, I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And we have become such good friends. I adore you. I still consider you a mentor of mine, but I'm also grateful that now you are a friend. And so I can't wait for all of our people to meet today. So if you are in the audience, let us know what you're sipping on. I did not go get a cute cup. I have this giant gallon of water that I've been working on all day. Look at your cute cup.
My cute cup, and this is what I just used it for, my zinc. Okay.
Because you've been around all these people this week, huh?
Yes, honey. Yes. Need some gummies to keep you so healthy.
Yes, we just saw each other in Anaheim at a conference. And so now when we actually planned this before the conference, but so excited to have you on. Thank you for joining us tonight. So I'm going to officially introduce you guys to my girlfriend, Katrina Harris Earl. She is in the top position in Mary Kay that you can be in, which is called National Sales Director. I have known her 15 years, 19 years. I've been a director 18, so probably 17. I think I met you a year after I debuted, and I have just so enjoyed. Do you remember when you came all the way to Lancaster to do the training at my studio? That was forever ago. She came way out in the boonies and joined us there. So with the way this works is I always ask you 3 questions, and then we have one follow-up question at the end. So first, when in your life and why did you decide to become an entrepreneur? Because I know you had a lot of things going on that you wanted to do with your life. What made you switch? Where were you at, and what made you switch gears to decide to become an entrepreneur instead?
Well, the cool thing about this business is such a safe place to grow because, and I ask people this a lot when they first make a decision to go into our business, is you have people who have had entrepreneurs in their family and those that had no entrepreneurs in their family. And I come from a very traditional African-American household where I didn't have entrepreneurs in our family. It was go to school, get a good job, get good grades, get a good job, and work for the same person for the rest of your life. Well, I'm so glad that's over. So I didn't have that example. I did have the example of a really hardworking mama, a hardworking daddy, hardworking grandparent. So I had the hardworking example, but I didn't have the example of entrepreneurship. So really, but the interesting thing was I was working in the nonprofit world, and I wanted more. Actually, I wanted 2 things in all, meaning I wanted choices, options, whatever. And the more I began to look at my life and what I wanted, it wasn't adding up. And so the neat thing is, I don't know when I decided to start my business if I was making the decision to be an entrepreneur. I was making a decision to pay off some loans. I didn't realize I was like becoming an entrepreneur. But after working part-time, dibbling and dabbling, I remember a distinct decision when my boss looked at me and I could tell that she was taking my responsibility away in my job, and less money, less opportunity, less. And I remember making the decision, January 1992, I am out of here. And I was so grateful that I had mentors and I had people that had given me an example that, oh my gosh, you can work for yourself and write your own checks. So I like to say my worst day as an entrepreneur has been better than my best day working for somebody else. Okay. I'm a hard boss, but I'm a good boss. And so yeah, I remember making that decision, and it's been the best decision I've made, honestly. Even my husband came from that decision. So it really
That's right. So tell us a little bit about that. How did you get a husband from your Mary Kay starter kit?
Well, it's just listening. I mean, honestly, it's listening to the voice of God. But I love that in this business, I get to weave in ministry. It's just kind of what I do. I don't have to apologize for who I am. And so we were at our seminar in August, in July, the end of July. And my mentor, everybody's mentor, Gloria Mayfield Banks, said, who was just graduated from Mary Kay as the #1 in our company. She said, hey, I think we want to hang out. Come to my house. Now I live in California and Chicago, but back then I lived just in California. She's in Baltimore. We were in Dallas. And she's like, hey, come to my house, hang out with us for a week. Let's just hang out. And so I said, yes. And I heard the voice of God say, on the way home, go to Chicago. Now that's kind of crazy, but the short version is I decided to go to Chicago, and that was August 28th, 2012. And he walked in the room while I was speaking at a Mary Kay event with 500 people in the room. And literally our eyes locked, and 12, 12, 12 at 12, 12. Did you hear me say we met on August 12th?
I know. As you said that, I'm like, I remember 12/12 at 12/12. I didn't realize the meeting was August until the same year.
It was the same year. Yeah. So, but it was a Mary Kay event. His cousin and I met the same day I met Mary Kay is the same day I met Beverly D. Rogers, who is his cousin. So I had known Beverly since 1991. And she held out and didn't introduce me to her cousin until 2012. And now, he's texting me now telling me how fabulous I am. So I'm like, he's at our house in Chicago. I'm here in California. And I am like, you got to come back because I redid my office, and he brings me flowers all the time. And I'm like, do I have to go get my own flowers? So he's flying home tomorrow to bring me flowers. When I tell you the best things come out of your starter kit, I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, I'm getting a ticket. Okay. So yeah.
I love what a life. Buy coastal homes and get to just fly and bring to deliver flowers, because the flower service isn't good enough.
Yeah, I know. Entrepreneurship. He's gotten really good during the pandemic at putting them all together and everything. But honestly, all that came, Brianna, because I made a decision to work for myself. He showed up because of the connection, but also just the peace, I love my life. And so when you love your life, the right person showed up. Because when I tell you, them dudes I was dating before, okay, I'm so glad that I waited until I was 45.
You know what I just heard at the San Diego Career Conference? Carol Fair, who I'm sure you know, she's like a legendary director here. She said, Colleen Shadley told her when she was looking for a husband, she said, make a list of all his qualities and then pray to be the woman that attracts that kind of man. Like, don't look for that man. When we take courage, as Beyonce says, invest. I'll always bet on myself, bet on ourselves, invest in ourselves and who we're becoming. The type of person we attract is so different than before.
Amen, sister.
All right, question number 2. I think we kind of answered part of this. How has investing in yourself paid off so far?
Gosh, I say the most expensive thing that I own, I like nice stuff. So, everything costs money, but the most expensive thing that I own is this right here. The books I've read, the places I've gone, the places I've traveled, so many places through Mary Kay, through business, through everything that I've done. That investment is huge. And so honestly, investing in yourself is just the best decision that you can ever make. And it takes money. Thank you for my business. And it takes time. Thank you. My husband he works in full-time ministry, pastor for 30 years, and now we plant churches. And he's getting married. He's not getting married. He's marrying someone. What ministers do, right? So he's marrying someone. And I said, oh yeah, that's great. I'm going to be there the same time he's like, what are you coming for? Now this is Chicago where we have a house. I said, oh, I'm coming for a conference, because I love to learn. The best teachers always have people that are pouring into them, because you cannot give from an empty vessel. So I hope that answered the question.
It did. Yeah. Now you mentioned all the places you've been, and just because I love travel, I want you to elaborate, because I forget the audience in this moment. I just want to dream a little bit through your life. What are some of the really cool places and unique places that you've been because of
Great Wall, walking up the Great Wall of China, having a private concert in Ephesus where they only allow two groups of people to have a concert every year because the rocks are so fragile. The acoustics will cause the rocks to shift. It is where Paul preached. And that year it was Elton John and Mary Kay, and there was a private concert there. An extra trip we took to Dubai and shopping with girlfriends in Dubai, kissing the Blarney Stone in Ireland. I could go on and on and on, but Australia, walking the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, and the Sydney Opera House, walking the bridge, just amazing things. But honestly, my dad was an aircraft engineer, so I was blessed to travel for really cheap growing up. So we'd go to Japan, we'd go different places. And so I had this full passport. And then what happens is you get cut off. Like you just get cut off from the flight privileges. And I'm like, how am I going to be able to see the world? I can't afford to see the world on this nonprofit income. So, and Brianna, that was one of the things I wrote on the list is I wanted a man whose passport was more full than mine. And the Lord delivered on that too. So we love to travel. And right now, right before we jumped on here, Mary Kay's taking us on, is it 9 or 10 days, all expenses paid. So on my list, one of the things is I got to book another spa appointment. I mean, the Four Seasons for 5 days, Sheraton Waikiki for all these days, because right about now, I'm not quite ready to travel internationally yet and just jet set the way we've done, but I am ready to go sit on a beach.
Right.
It's like,
I don't think people quite understand what the Four Seasons is. It is not the Holiday Inn. It is not the Marriott. I mean, these suites, you guys, are over $1,500 a night.
Yeah.
A night that the company pays for free. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, I could literally sit here and talk the whole time, but I'm supposed to ask you about your favorite product. So what is it's so hard to pick one, I know, but I always say this week, what's your favorite Mary Kay product?
Okay, I hope you can't see in here because it's kind of dirty in here, but my very favorite product today and for a minute is this Naturally Oil.
I have it right here too. I literally keep it because I put it in my hair constantly. What do you use it for? What do you use
right here? Oh, baby. You take that bad boy. Take that.
Wait,
oil.
You put that on the oil with the massager?
Well, no, I don't put it on here, but I just put it on my face and then I just massage it and I put it on my neck and I do it all. But honestly, I mean, let's just say we are in the face business. So this is for your face, but there really are not too many places on your body you cannot put this oil because you dry. Okay. You are dry. And even people with oily skin still can use this because it's natural oil, sesame, olive, and almond oil. It's amazing. So I love it, mixed in with my foundation by itself. I mean, it's like dessert in a jar. I love it.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and drop a comment. We're going to offer a deal. And I did not know she was going to pick that, you guys. So I love the Naturally Oil too. We use it in the roots of our hair, me and my daughter, the tips of our hair, use it as a cuticle oil, and of course on our skin too. Brittany says, if it shows, it goes. Whatever is showing, you can put it on. So you get a deal. Normally this is $50, you guys. So today you're going to get it for $44. So drop in the comments, little shopping bag emoji, or I want it if you want Katrina's deal tonight. $44 for your natural oil. That's more than 10% off tonight just for being on today and doing a little shopping. Yes, that sesame oil. Look at all the comments. This is like everything you picked the one that everybody says, thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Jamie, girl. Ooh, I love it when my clients get on. All right. So we have one more question for you. And then we're going to share with you guys a little bit about our $1,000 giveaway. So stay tuned. So last question. What's the best advice you would give your 20-year-old self? 20-year-old Katrina Harris, before she was Earl. What advice would you give her?
Unequivocal. Understand compounded interest. Okay. That is the best. Understand compounded interest. Okay. Don't go broke getting rich. That is so important. But understand compounded interest in everything, in time. People, we think we don't have time, but if you just you could chop a tree down with a fingernail file if you keep chopping in the same place long enough. So yes, you have time to start a business. The best time to start was yesterday. The second best time to start is today. So it's just everything compounds. It just compounds. It can, good health choices, bad health choices, good money choices, bad money choices, good relationship choices, bad relationship choices, taking care of your hair, teeth, it all compounds. And so that would be important. And the very last one, you only asked me one, was my joy is non-negotiable. That's just, don't let anybody steal your joy. Happiness comes and goes. Success can come and go, because we talk about the lifestyle, but, it can go tomorrow. We understand what is really the most important thing, but let your joy be non-negotiable. So that's critical.
I love that. I was not expecting that. I love that. Joy is non-negotiable. You know what that means, folks in the audience? Boundaries. Boundaries to protect your joy. One of our consultants who had the privilege of meeting you at the conference in Anaheim, Dee Dee Robbins, she's in my red jackets. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, the comments are flying in. That was deep, Jamie said. Jamie is also an entrepreneur. Jamie, go ahead and drop in the chat there the link for your Parlez-Vous crochet. Okay. So we have a couple of really cool things. And Katrina, I haven't even had a chance to tell you about this. You're probably going to want to choke me that I haven't even told you about this because
I know some of you who came in the middle might have thought that I was live, but this is me live. That was me live last week. And you guys, as I wanted to share that. I was going to tell a little bit about my story, but I love the third party having Brianna share with me. And she's just been such a blessing. Since the recording of that video, my husband's father passed away. Literally, that I believe it happened that night. So our life changed between recording that video and what happened that night. And so I say that to say it's just the whole factor of it just fits is so apropos, because what I thought I'd be doing this week, which this was already on my calendar, but I thought I'd be doing it in California. I'm now doing it in Chicago. I thought my day would look like one way, and it doesn't. It looks totally different. This is nice. So if you are thinking, do I have time to do Mary Kay? Are you kidding? Virtually, if you got 15 minutes, you have time to do Mary Kay. And Brianna mentioned the $1,000 drawing. Tonight, we're doing a drawing for $500 cash. But starting this month, in the month of April, still to come, Beauty Consultants, wait for it. We are going to combine our April, May, June drawings and do a big $1,500 cash drawing. And the drawing will be July. So it will be everyone who decides to become a consultant or participates in some of our parties that we have taking place in April, May, and June. So I know there's always women who say, I don't know if I'd want to give this a try or not, but it just fits. What's the worst thing that could happen? How do you get started in Mary Kay? Well, first of all, you make the decision to say yes. And then you make the decision to make a $30 investment. You can come in, give this business a try, have some fun, make some money, show me what you're working with, okay? And what you get is, we call it the $30 holla, that is right. And it is our eStart. So our eStart, you receive a website and a secure way to accept credit cards. And so Dorothy's going to pop that up there and show you. You can also get the full party starter kit if you choose. And that is filled with $400 worth of supplies and samples. So you can either do $30 or you can do $130. You also could add the sample pack to it. And the sample pack gives you enough samples to do some really fun parties with 30 women. I guarantee you that, I average over $100 a face. It's not guaranteed. Someone could be facial and could try our products and they don't have to purchase from you. But you'll find, just like other companies know their averages, what will happen. We can show you how to work that. So making the decision if you want to start with 30, if you want to start with 130, if you want to start with 45. This is a great time to join the Mary Kay family. It's a great time to say yes to success. It's a great time to see how Mary Kay could just fit in your life. I'm loving the comments. Do you have a consultant who is servicing you? That is so important. You want to be sure that you ask that question. Thank you for the condolences. Yes, those of you that are watching tonight that are a part of our Solid as a Rock family are entered into this drawing. You're entered into the drawing tonight if you held things in the past, and everyone who's on here now is in the next drawing. It's a great kit. We are about to do this drawing in 2 seconds, and I am just scrolling back. I saw someone, and I forget your name, whose comment popped up and said, let me go where God leads me. And I would venture to say that if God led you to join this, to be on here with me tonight, I believe that this could be a sign. If anything I said is something that you've prayed for in the past, something you've desired in the past, just give it a try. We spend $30 without thinking about it. But then we make a decision to start a business so slowly. And the nice thing about this is you can build this to be a real business, a full service business to support you and your family. But you start off, just make some chump change. See if you like it. Fall in love with the product. Be a great brand ambassador. And that's what's nice. So I want to thank you for being here. Yes, that was a great interview, Denise Silas. And let's give away some cash. If your name is in the drawing, I want you to put, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me, that's me. So this is what we do. My assistant, Kathy, who is actually at our California home taking care of everything at the house. So she's literally right there. She put all these names in a drawing. And because we're virtual, you know, I ain't pulling no names out of a hat because she's in California with the hat and I'm here in Chicago. So we put it on this virtual wheel. And this virtual wheel has all these names. And sometimes you look at the wheel and it's so many people, but it's not as many people. I mean, it is a lot of people, but sometimes it's because one person has 20 entries, somebody else has 10 entries. So it multiplies. So when Dorothy puts this wheel up, this represents all of the women that have multiple entries. So it looks crazy. Some people think, they go, oh my gosh, there's 300,000 people in there. It's not as many as you think it, but it ends up being a lot of people that are in there multiple times. So Dorothy's going to spin this wheel and we're going to spin it twice. Now, here's the deal. Your beauty consultant must text the number that will be popped on the screen, 925-235-0222. And she has to give us your Cash App so that we can send you the cash, because I'm good, but I'm not that good. So I won't show up at your door and bring it to your house. And I'm not telepathic to know where to send it. So be sure you do that. And we're going to draw the consultant's name. We'll do 2 drawings, and then Dorothy's going to pop in and she's looking at the spreadsheet and she will tell us whose beauty consultant that is and whose unit that beauty consultant is in. So it's a win-win for everybody. When you win, not only do I get excited to send you the cash, but I want you to give us your picture, because we love to put you in our Facebook group and promote that you're the winner. So here we go. Dorothy, who am I giving some cash away to today? Text that number. Audrey Gooden. Woo, woo, woo. If Audrey is in the chat, or if her beauty consultant is in the chat and she knows, you know what, Dorothy, make sure I add city and state to that. So we're going to do the second drawing because Dorothy's doing the drawing. Then she's going to kick back and go look, but she's writing that name down so we are sure. And we're going to do the second drawing. So $250 cash goes to Audrey, and Audrey's name is still in here because if she did multiple things, she could have multiple entries. So never know, she could win again. So let's see who is the second $250 cash drawing winner. And remember, everybody should get that National Mother's Day. Cheryl Toussaint. Woo, woo, woo. That is awesome. Awesome. So congratulations, Audrey. Congratulations, Cheryl. And stand by. Dorothy is going to tell us, because this is the juicy part. Of course, I don't know all of the guests that are on, but I do know the beauty consultants. So tell me who they both belong to and who is their sales director.
Okay, so let me get back up here to the top. Audrey, she belongs to Joyce Goodwin Miller, or Smith, sorry.
Joyce Smith is her sales director.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
Joyce Galley Smith.
And consultant.
Awesome. And her consultant. So her director, the director and the consultant are Joyce Gowdy Smith. Congratulations, Joyce. I know that you're excited. Okay, we start like, my guest one. So you're probably in, I think Joyce lives East Coast somewhere. So you are somewhere probably in that area, but when it's virtual, you never know. You could be anywhere in the United States. And the second, Cheryl Toussaint, who is her beauty consultant?
Cheryl's beauty consultant is Cassandra Murray, and Cassandra's sales director is Leah Dade.
Woo! Yay, Leah. Oh my gosh, Leah has been working this. I think, Leah, you've won a couple times. That is so exciting. Congratulations. And I see Leah in the chat. Kat Murray, Kat, is that your guest? Who'd you say your consultant was? Dorothy, who'd you say her consultant was? Joyce lives in Union, New Jersey.
Cassandra Murray.
Okay, so that's her. So Cassandra was just in the chat tagging her. So yeah, tag them. And you know what? make sure if they weren't on, make sure they watch. Just say you should at least watch the woman who gave you the cash. Okay. Actually, it didn't come directly from me. It is a pull for among our sales directors who do amazing things and we work amazing together. So I want to thank you. Today, the company did an It Just Fits event. And if you decide to say yes to success, first of all, if you're on and you're watching this, tag your beauty consultant. Don't just tag her, contact her, text her, and let her know you were on. Every beauty consultant is in a big contest this month to move toward our seminar year-end goals, which happen to be June 30th. So we are in like the final 90 days of our seminar year. So big goals for April. So please let her know that you watched. And if you are thinking about this business, I hope that you'll make the decision to jump in. And if after hearing a little bit about my story, you're saying, yes, I'm willing to give this a try, then welcome to the Mary Kay family. I look forward. When you get your beauty consultant, your $30 holla or your 130 kit, take a picture on Facebook and tag me and say, hey, I'm in. All right. So I appreciate you. And please make sure to tune in with your beauty consultant for all of the other things. Beauty consultants in the Solid family. Thursday night is skincare happy hour in our skincare happy hour group at 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Pacific. Sunday will be our repair and restore in that group at 5:30 p.m. Thursday, we'll be back again with our skincare happy hour. And then we've got some fun things that are coming for the balance of the month that I'll be communicating. Thank you again for the prayers. And I love y'all. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.